Assalamualaikum, we are from section 3. Our client is Azizulhasni Awang, Malaysian professional track cyclist. His full name is Muhammad Azizulhasni bin Awang. He was born on 5th of January 1988 in Kuala Lumpur, Terengganu. He got a nickname, which is Pocket Rocket Man because of his small figure. He is 1.68 meters high and his weight is 67 kilograms. He went to Sekolah Kebangsaan Batu 48, Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Sultan Omar in Terengganu. He also went to National Sports School Bukit Jalil and Victoria University, Melbourne. He is the 8th from 9 children in family. He is now lives in... Next, let us look into the journey of his career. He started cycling at the age of 10, which was taught by his father and also from the local club. 2004 Sports School. In 2004, he was selected into National Sports School Bukit Jalil. He was 16 at that time. He joined his first ever track competition and managed to beat the national riders and won the first place. The national coach was shocked by his achievement and decided to put him in the national junior squad. 2005 National Junior Squad. In 2005, he joined Asian Junior Championship in Kuala Lumpur. With 3 gold and a silver medals performance, he was selected to further his career in Melbourne, Australia. 2008 National Elite Team. In 2008, he joined Track World Cup Melbourne 2008 and managed to go to the final and won a gold medal. He got his first world title. 2011 The Crash. When he was at the first rank, he needed to do his best to maintain his place, but unfortunately, in February during Track World Cup Manchester 2011, he involved in a crash during final of keyring event on the last lap, which resulted 20 cm wooden splinter pierced into his left leg. After all, he still managed to win the 3rd place. The Olympic Dream. He joined Beijing Olympic 2008, London Olympic 2012, and Rio Olympic 2016. He won 3rd place. He was aiming for a gold medal in Tokyo Olympic 2020, which was postponed to 2021 due to the COVID-19 outbreak. The Rainbow Jersey. He won 1st place in Track Cycling World Championship Hong Kong 2017. He won the coveted Rainbow Jersey. The Rainbow Jersey is a special jersey that only worn by world champion cyclists, and he got to wear it for a season. Azizulhasni Awang was married on the 30th of January 2010 with Atia Ilyana binti Abdul Samad. They were granted with 2 beautiful daughters, Amna Mariam and Amna Khadija. His wife's occupation is housewife, and she was graduated in Bachelor Science in Architectural Studies (IIUM) and Master in Architecture Deakin University, Melbourne. Azizul often helped his wife making models for her assignment when she was in Deakin University, Melbourne. The reason Atia did not become an architect was because she wanted to support her husband's career. Their first daughter, Amna Mariam, 8 years old, and the second daughter is Amna Khadija, 5 years old. Both Mariam and Khadija love swimming. They also enjoy doing martial arts, especially Taekwondo. Now, let's move on to Azizul's interest. Azizul most interest in cycling, but other than that, he also adores extreme sports such as bungee jumping, skydiving, and hiking. Azizul listens to punk rock and heavy metal music before a race. One of them is Green Day. He prefers romantic movies, especially Korean movies. Some of his favorite movies are Notebook and Inglourious Bastard, and also 50 Shades of Grey. From the information on Azizul's passion and personality, we synthesized that expressions that suit him the most are amusement, adventurous, and
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, now we go to the precision study. The first building is the zoo box, which represents adventurous expression. The architect is Levin 10 located at its main cubic. The area of the zoo box is 350 square meter, and it was built in 2019. This cabin is for 4 seasons, which summer, autumn, spring, and winter. And it has two space, which a big space is for living room, bedroom area, and kitchen. The small space is for the toilet, and it can accommodate to 1 to 6 people. And this cabin is made of the timber and have an insulation layer to prevent cool during winter. It has a huge window for people to enjoy the view, and the cabin was powered up by 6 solar panels and giant wheel. In the cabin, the most interesting activities we can do is jogging on the giant wheel. They also can provide energy for the cabin, and have a rock climbing at the wall of the cabin. The second is the Kame house. It represents our expression. The architect is Kochi Architect Studio, located at Niigata, Japan. Area is 135 meter per square, and it built at 2030. It was a cube in shape, and it has 12 small rooms, have different function, and they have a hexagonal void in the middle of house that connect to every room, so people in every room can see through all the room in the house. And it was built in the wall and the floor are 60mm thickness, made by wooden structure LVL, laminate vinyl lumber. The thin wall and the floor make the patchwork view to the house. And the third building is Throw House. Is represent a amused expression by architect Dulation at the Grogol, Petambur, Indonesia. The area is 169 95 meter per square. It was built at 2018, and the land is only 5.5 meter, and it have 3 level. And the first level is for main room and children room, and the second level is the private family room, and the third level is a garden roof garden area. And this house has a high ceiling and many void area to make the air circulation to get more good ventilation for the house. And the house is made of concrete and have a timber and steel finisher.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Suhaib. I'm going to be presenting the last part of our presentation, which is about the case studies. We have 2 case studies: indoor climbing wall and pitched roof. In particular, I'm going to be presenting about the pavilion tongue. Starting off with the first case study, which is the indoor climbing wall. Is an adventurous, exciting sport that can be practiced among family members, can be built outdoors and indoors, as it is a good workout, budget friendly, and all the required materials are affordable and can be found locally. An indoor climbing walls is one of the proposals for our client, who's Azizul, since he's an athlete, a cyclist, and he loves doing extreme sports such as hiking. Therefore, having an idea of proposing an indoor climbing gym that gathers him and his family all together for exercising and enjoyment in the meantime. Moreover, being someone who loves extreme sports, that doesn't mean all his family members should have the same interest as him. Therefore, proposing an indoor climbing wall came from the idea of having this indoor climbing gym in different levels. Basic level for his daughters and his wife, since they are not athletes like him, but they might like joining him to enjoy their time all together without putting themselves in danger, and an advanced level where only Azizul himself who will have the potential and courage to go for it. Therefore, I will be explaining the process of building an indoor climbing wall, and towards the end we'll be explaining how can we bring it to the next level, to the advanced level, by using the pitch roof framework. Now we're talking about the required materials to build an indoor climbing wall. First, we need wood for the framework, as well as we need some climbing holes, T-nuts, plywood, and bolts. The plywood should be 1 inch thick or even thicker than that. How is it constructed? We're starting off by doing the framework. As we can see here, the framework is already done, and now we can proceed to the next step, which is fasten the plywood into the framework. As we can see here, the plywood has a lot of holes in it. These holes where we attached the T-nuts into them in order to be able to fasten the climbing holes into these holes by using the bolts. Once we're done with fastening all the plywood into the framework, we move on to the last step, which is attaching and fastening all the climbing holes into the plywood by using the bolt to come up with the final result, as we can see here. Continuing with our second case study, which is pitched roof. In particular, we're going to talk about the pavilion tongue. Pitched roof is one of the most preferred roofing systems in the tropical climate countries such as Malaysia. Constructed out of hardwood such as oak, maple, teak, etc., which can be manufactured from local trees. Here we're talking about availability, natural resource, long-lasting, and can be shaped easier than any other construction materials. Next, we're talking about the pitch roof framework. It's all about basically its rafters are placed next to each other and across patterns nailed to them horizontally in order to strengthen the frame. Wrapping over the synthesis. A pitched roof retreat house to be built for Azizulhasni Awang, installing an indoor climbing wall for Azizulhasni himself and his family, and most importantly, choosing pitched roofing was because of indoor climbing wall proposal, which will be explained further in the next slide. By looking at this simple picture, it explains the idea of having an indoor climbing wall in a retreat house. The picture on the right side, the lower part, shows the basic level of the climbing wall, where Azizul's daughters and his wife can climb. Whereas the picture on the left side shows the advanced level of the climbing wall, where it represents the plywood sheet when they are fastened into the pitched roof framework to give us an overhanging climbing wall, where only adventurous people who have the courage and potential to climb it, like Azizul himself, where we will end up having an overhanging climbing wall similar to what we can see in the picture. That's it from me and my group members. Thank you so much for watching. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.